Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Stone, to the Akim and Agrath, throughout the four corners of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth and diligence of mind, to the gospel of the Lord Mashiach Yahushai in these days and time. Shalom, shalom. This is Brahman Nashi, Dixie Camp. Short lesson for the hopeful elect concerning our focus in this ministry. All right, so do not get distracted by the smoke and screen. No, I'm saying smoke and mirrors. The smoke screen agenda of Esau, man. Yeah, it's serious. You know what the elites are after is something serious. Okay, and that plan to push that reset button is no joke. So you see what they did with the so-called economic downturns. All right, you see what they do with so-called January 6th. You see what they're doing at the border. You see what they did with this pandemic. You see what they're doing with the gender transformation stuff. So it just shows you, and to even include BLM, Black Lives Matter. So it's all, all the ingredients for that recipe to hit that reset button. And then you also have the conflicts, those violent conflicts over there in the Middle East, and over there in Russia, Ukraine, China, Taiwan, Japan, all that stuff. So those are just the ingredients for that recipe to hit the reset button. And it's all connected, man. And then you throw in the so-called agenda for climate change, Agenda 21 and all that stuff. So it's just things that we are aware of, that we have to be constantly circumspect, all right? And that's just what Yahushua wants us to be, be circumspect, man. Do not get lost, looking at one particular thing, of this tug of war that we're witnessing, man, and even drive the point home, the MOTB agenda, the digitization of the economic system is moving, banks just closing down branches. Even in my neighborhood, you have branches, for these different banks, it just closed down, and then you have to go to another branch, so it's like you're taking the branches of the tree. That's what it is, you always associate a tree with its branch. So one side, they start cutting off the branch, where the bird's going to land, and, if you're a worker, where you're going to hang your tools on, if you don't want to put them on the ground and all that stuff. So it just shows you how the collapsing the system around the people and the flooding, the system with people. That's what happens. So Revelation chapter 3 and 11 says, "Behold, I come quickly." This is Yahushai's declaration. "Behold, I come quickly. Behold, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." So Yahushua is telling his servants, that you got to hold on to the testimony he's given unto you, to the doctrine, to the warnings he's given unto you, so that you do not get deceived and bamboozled and lose your ticket of salvation, man. Yeah, so it's just things to be careful about, man. This so-called border crisis is all orchestrated, and this so-called Trump trials, it's all schemes and scams, but it's all scripted, and then you hear the issue with the DA having some side hustling affairs and all that stuff. So it's all scripted. They all know exactly how it's gonna play out. So they just release the information, piece after piece at different stages, just to make everything look as if someone is getting the upper hand. But it's all a show. It's all a show. You know, just to deceive the minds of the people. So, end of the day, man, you just gotta pray the Lord, keep your mind focused, and you don't get lost in the sauce, man. The sauce, that seeding pot. Yeah, you gotta figure out exactly, what's going on with these pots. You don't want to end up in the pot, so pray the Lord Amashaki Shai give you the sense, to fall into that trap. Yeah, because this is dangerous, man. These are dangerous moves. That's a lot of people are not aware of, man. It's a dangerous times to be living in. So expect more chaos, man. But as long as you have faith in the Lord Amashaki Shai, you'll be able to withstand the wiles of the devil. Okay, so just stay vigilant and stay prayed up. It's very important. Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So Yahushua is telling you his time of return is around the corner. Around the corner, and you don't want to get caught up in activities you have no business dealing with. Musa didn't call us, his servants, to be engaging in all these civil acts of protest, man. And engage in so-called social issues. We have to, support legal immigration. We have to support a woman's right to choose and all that stuff, man. That's just for the dummies. Folks talking about they want health care, universal health care. Well, universal health care is not affordable for everyone, man. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And just because you pay for something doesn't mean you're gonna get the best. You're gonna get top notch. So you just have to deal with it. And even if you get the best health care, how you gonna sustain? How you gonna sustain that level of health? How you gonna maintain your health with the level of income that you're predisposed to earning? That's just the issue, man. Just because you get a top level of health care in a medical facility doesn't mean that you can continue to be able to afford it. Because the insurance company, man, they're looking at their bottom line. So what do you think they're gonna do? So as long as you understand what you're dealing with, you'll be at least 10 steps ahead. Yeah, man, this complicated chess moves, man. Chess moves that you've never seen before. So you just have to keep it simple, man. It's complicated, but yet very, very simple. Don't get caught up in the razzle dazzle of these politicians and all these so-called pastors, man, that deceive the people. And you learn a lot, man, when you pay attention to what they do. Pay attention to what they do and see how they use certain phrases to mislead the people. So yeah, they tell you, oh well, America is racist, blah 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 blah. But then they turn around and take that check from some entity that wants them to preach a separate type of doctrine to mislead the people. And the same thing goes with these politicians too. Say, oh, America's not a racist country, but it's just talking points that the elites want them to mention so that they could bring more people in and to prove their so-called false narrative. So we have this agenda of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that's exactly what the border is being used for, man. as a tool to support their claims, so they could collapse the economy around the people. Cut off the supply of resources to the people. That's what happens when you have more people flooded into the system than the agricultural industrial complex can afford to feed. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to end up fighting against each other. That further creates instability. Schools are going to be overcrowded. So yeah, it's just what it is. You don't want to talk too much about it, but you get the whole point. So they're using the Northern Kingdom, as a tool to foster their agenda. Not even the Northern Kingdom. They're using the so-called migrants, man, as a screen, as a facilitating. Let me just say, as a catalyst, to push their agenda forward. So when they create instability in other nations and they open up the borders over down there, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, all that stuff for them to sip in, what do you think happens? So, and then you further add more heartache. These the drugs coming in, so it just creates problems. But at the same time, they have their problem reaction solution cycle. It's a business for them. Problem reaction solution. When you have a problem, they always want to put up a solution, and that's just what they do. They get the reaction from the people. You gotta be tough on crime, but then you throw the criminals behind bars, but then you still have to pay for them to be there. That's just what it is. Taxes keep going up. People's what they say, liabilities, inflation keeps going up and all that stuff. So you end up paying for it one way or another. Either you pay with it with your tax, or you pay with it, with your whatever. Difficult circumstance. It could be. The lack of resources and all that stuff is just an effect of the elites. Tightening the noose around the people's necks. All right. So enough of that rambling. Get straight to the point in Revelation chapter 2. All right. Chapter 2. Read verse 10. What does it say? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Okay. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So you're gonna be on the list of those that have to be tested, by the serpent, by Esau, by Edom. They have to put, their agenda out there to come after the man of the Lord. And not only are they going to come after the man of the Lord, they're going to come after, our people, man. That's just what it is, man. These Edomites, man. The elites, they want that birthright back, so they have to find a way to press that reset button and to further gain some steam in their enterprise, man. The reset button gives them that lubrication for their enterprise, man, to gain more power, to solidify their power, to further cement it. So it's just what they do. When they see that people are getting to a critical mass, that they can bring about some major change all of a sudden, they have to create chaos. Just like exactly what they did with the so-called Black Panthers. When they saw that the people were getting momentum, man, folks are beginning to wake up and realize they couldn't continue to live under a so-called oppressive and manipulative system. What did they do? They had to create an agenda, a way to force a reaction, and then they come with the response. They come with a response through violence, through deceit, and whatever. So that's what it is, man. And then they push Planned Parenthood in there too to make sure that those uprisings can be limited, man. You gotta limit the number of bodies on the battlefield. So what do? You have to convince the women that they want to start calling child bearers. So that's what it is, man. The job of this so-called elite is to have their agents manipulate the minds of the people to get bogged down by non-issues, debate and debate and debate. Here's someone that just murdered someone for about $1,000. The Edomite, whatever his nationality is. You have Boghouse talking about humane. It's inhumane. By the way, he had to be executed. It's not humane. That man, that just shows you, man, how messed up it is. And the news cycle, these media agencies, they don't care. Their job is to make sure they keep the cycle filled with some story, with some manipulative story to keep the debate going. That's all it is, man. They want people to be at the market square forever and ever, man. Always have them, their ears, tuned into the garbage that's of no major importance to them. So you just have to learn to separate what's real from what's irrelevant. Okay, but then you have to be also careful, man. Because when you know that what you're doing is the right thing, and the elites know that it poses a threat to what they're doing, to what they're trying to accomplish, they can't attack you physically. At that certain stage, they have to find a way to attach your narrative to a false statement. That's what it is, man. As long as they could get the people to turn against you, that further, creates a difficult environment for you to continue, But that's just what Lord Hamashiach Yahushua wants you to be about, man. You have to continue. It says, fear none of those things. Fear none of those things. Fear none of those things. Fear what? None of those things. What things? Since I just explained to you, the guiles of the devil, which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right, so brothers already have their list on those that are going to be thrown into that prison behind bars, man. There's a list, always remember that, man. That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. So it's just something beautiful the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua is making you aware of, that you have to deal with the deceptive tactics of Esau. When he cannot see it to be easy to come against you directly, he has to find a way to gather public support. So he has to use his media to distort the message that you're preaching, distort the gospel. Now they have the so-called AI algorithms, that they can use and plug in certain words into what you into what you're saying, and look as if that you're the one that said it, that you said what you said, But that's just what it is, man. They just get your image and they just plug in the words that they want the people to hear, and they use your image as as a front. So that's how interesting this contention is, man. These elites are really upset. And it's not a battle about pipelines, it's not a battle about, climate this and climate that. It's all about the birthright between the nation of Israel and the nation of Edom. When these so-called white folks, man, the so-called leaders understand that the so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans are waking up to who they are, they have to do something about it. Okay, and that's just the response. And that movie Killers of the Flower Moon is deeper than that. When you go deeper and deeper and deeper, that loophole, that so-called legal loophole that they had to employ to have control over Gad's estate, it goes all the way to the top, so just remember that. And that's the reason why we have to be constantly educated about what's affecting us, okay? So I'll move on to the next precept, man. This is the book of Sirach. Book of Sirach, chapter 12. Well, let's see, chapter 12, verse 13. It says what? Alright, it says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? So who's going to pity the bug outs of our people, the so-called sellouts of our people that get crushed by Esau's system? They've been servicing Esau's system for such a long time, whether they want to call themselves Boule or Eastern Stars or Democrats or Republicans or Freemasons or whatever they want to call themselves. End of the day, man, they end up losing, regardless of whether they're truck drivers, teachers, senators, doctors, lawyers, engineers. Hey, end of the day, man, the serpent is going to be the serpent, man. So why should you pity the bug outs of our people that became a resource, to facilitate the power of Esau in oppressing our people further? So it's just their just judgment, okay? Or any such as come nigh wild beasts. So that's just what it is, man. When our people don't want to hear "Turn unto the word of the Lord," and they decide to go along with the doctrine of devils, and they get destroyed, that's it. That's their lot. That has nothing to do with you. That's their judgment. Yeah, they know what they're doing is fraudulent. So when folks throw in names like, "Oh, T.D. Jakes did this," sure, they get their judgment. Sharpton did this. Just Jackson did that. All these so-called false pastors and all these so-called folks that want to claim they're fighting for the rights of the people. Hey, when they get crushed by the system, by them trying to play along with it, that's just what happens, man. Even Price from the Fugees. Yeah, he tried to get up in there, but hey, that's what happens, man. That's what happens. You don't go into the serpent's den and pretend to be the serpent when you have no business being there in the first place. So it's just part of the Lord's warning, to His servants, the elect, man. Don't try to befriend the serpent, man. It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. Your job is not to befriend the serpent, all right? Despite all the attempts of the serpent to try to, entice and all that stuff. The job of the serpent is to entice and to distract and to destroy, all right? EDD, that's what it is. Entice, distract, and destroy. And that's what you got to be aware of, all right? So, yeah, our people have suffered a lot, man. Our people have suffered a lot. They've been suckered and, into the system of oppression, and they keep having that so-called dead cat bounce mentality that they can make it in this system. The Most High is about to burn this place down. So we just have to learn to move on, man. You don't want to have the mindset of Lot's wife and we lose our inheritance. Yahushua said that in Revelation 2:10 and hold Revelation 3:11. All right. In fact, 2:10 and 3:11, man. You have to stick with what your lot is, okay, in righteousness. Now we go. If you can read further, you can read further. In fact, I'll just go to the next precept, man, because verse 14 says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? All right, so that's just what it is, man. You have to mind the type of communication you have in this world. You don't want to get destroyed because of trying to be slick. There's no room for slickness in this truth, man. That's for the retards of our people. Slickness is for the retards. Just remember that, man. So another precept. I'm just I'm upset. That our people just don't really understand what's going on. But what can I do? Same feeling that our forefather Ezra had and Jeremiah had and Isaiah had. The same issue that brothers gotta deal with. Okay, but hey, the Lord has to do what He has to do. So it's all part of prophecy. Now, Galatians chapter 5:1 says, stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith the anointed, or Yahushua, hath made us free. So He's giving us the opportunity, He's giving us the grace, the liberty is grace, all right, the wiggle room for us to get ourselves together, man. To understand what's at stake and what we have to do to maintain that freedom. You want to make sure that freedom is used as a pathway to your salvation. Once the Lord has given you the knowledge that you need to maintain your salvation, to understand the value of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures, you have to take it as a cross, as a obligation on a daily basis that you carry with you, so that you can finish the journey, so that you can meet at the rallying point to be delivered. All right. And be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage, all right? The yoke of the serpent. The serpent's job is to make sure you tie down with his agenda for bondage, man, for forever bondage. That's exactly what it is, man. He wants the people to be forever slaves, man. Forever slaves. That's exactly what the serpent wants. He wants the people to be totally subjugated, for eternity unto their wishes. Okay, so you know exactly what pieces of the Lord, man. A lot of people have no sense of pride in fighting for their freedom. So what do? They just go along just because they want crumbs on the table, just because they want to provide for their family. They go along and become political stooges. So it's just timely for the Lord to bring about a collapse. The Lord has to create an avenue to tear down two thirds, and that's why the serpent is there. The job of the serpent is to make sure that two thirds get separated from the Lord. And that makes it easier. That makes it easier. It makes it easier for the Lord to do His bidding, to bring down judgment. That's what it is, man. That's how the separation takes place. The serpent is an agent of separation. That's just that simple. All right. The serpent is an agent of separation, and and when the elect are also separating themselves from the serpent, it's clear, who's clear, who's under the shadow of the serpent and who's under the shadow of the Most High. So it's that simple to understand. All right. So yeah, you just have to choose. Which master do you want to serve? Do you want to serve the Lord Yahweh Shai Bashima Kakadash, or you want to serve the serpent? It's that clear. Okay. You can't be under two shadows, man, and think you're gonna benefit from both. You don't work like that. You know, you don't work like that. You can't take on two images and think you're gonna be enjoying the sweet spot. Nah, the Lord don't work like that, man. The Lord wants everything to Himself. That's rightfully His. Okay, so if you believe in righteousness, you know that you'll be protected. You'll be protected from the loss of your faith. Your faith is your most valuable treasure you could ever have. Your faith in Lord Amashak Yahushua is the most valuable thing you could ever have. That's the ministry. These words has been used to boost. Right, the words of the Lord are supposed to boost your faith. Okay, the word of the Lord is not going to save you, but when you apply it to your faith, then you know that you will definitely be saved. It's just that simple, man. That's just what it is. The Most High has given us that opportunity to keep the faith. The faith that is given us is not available to the other nations. Remember that. The nations have access to the word, but they don't have access to that faith. They don't have access to that opportunity of salvation. It's only the Israelites that have that opportunity. They have the key and they have the door. Okay, that's what it is, man. They have the key and they have the door, but the heathen think they have a key too. Nope, they do not have a key. They have what they think is the key that can open the door, but it doesn't. Okay, that's just how the Lord has set it up. All right. So we go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and verse 16. All right. So this concerning the enemies, the serpent, man. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. All right. So that's what it wants. They want mischief. They want to be in total superiority of the people. They want to have total dominion over the people. So they have to have their so-called specialists come up with policies and legislations to further enhance their power over the people. And it's that simple. You see it in the policies of YouTube, man. The policies of Facebook. So those are just the situations you have to be aware of, man. They're upset, that the words of life, the words of truth is going out, and then they have the balls to say, well, we have a policy education that you have to subscribe to. Yeah, well, if they can the platform channel without strikes, what makes you think they're not willing to take it further, and build their so-called re-education camps? So it's a mess. You don't want to get caught up in it. That's why you have to be aware of what they do. It takes time to come up with policies to most of the people. That policies like that cannot be just created in 1 hour. They have to cover as many angles as they can, and if they miss anything, they'll come back and add to those policies. They're always updating their policies, man. They're always updating their policies to further try and stifle the truth of this ministry. All right. So Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. That's just what they want. They want folks to be addicted to failure. That's just what it is, man. They want folks to be addicted to failure. That's something we have to be aware of, man. When you have Jakes just carjacking and robbing stores, and stores cannot afford to stay in business anymore, what do you think that happens, man? That's just like a self-inflicted wound, and that also adds to the process of the elites pulling out the resources out of the neighborhoods too. When they decide to make a move on the people, despite the people not committing crimes, in certain areas, all of a sudden, what happens, man? The areas that are crime reading and the areas that's not crime reading, they start, to look similar. So that's how it is, man. They play both sides of the fence to make sure that they have more power over the people, and it's just what it is, man. So these elites, man, they want their own people to fall in line, man, and just fade away, so they could continue to be empowered. All right, empowered with the trinkets of this world. They want cheap labor. They want the people to continue to serve them as zombies, just like Mr. Rockefeller said. He doesn't want a nation of thinkers. He wants a nation of workers. The more you think, the more you understand, the uphill battle that is before you. Okay, so Sirach chapter 11 and 33. It says, "Take heed of a mischievous man." All right, that's his advice for the elect. Take heed of a mischievous man. The elites of this world, they have all types of angles to attack the people, man, to mislead the people, whether it's through these so-called colleges, whether it's through these so-called politicians, through these so-called journalists, so-called churches and mosques, whatever agenda that's out there. They're on it, man. Okay. Sirach 11:33. Take heed of a mischievous man, for he worketh wickedness. All right, for he worketh wickedness, lest he bring upon thee a perpetual blot. Yep. So when you don't even have a blot, it's always trying to attach one to you. They always talk about that agenda for guilt by association. That's just one of his early moves, man. Guilt by association. And when the the power of that tactic is no longer effective, now he has to move on to coming against you directly and start to manipulate the words that you speak. So it just shows you how upset they are, man. They could stay behind the computer screen and listen and listen and listen. But at the end of the day, man, they see that the Lord is Hamashak Yahushua is on his way back, because they got their sights on the heavens, And we're not the only one that sees them. Esau's agents see them too. So that the troubled, man, the perplexed, the confounded, that this is it. This is a wrap. How many problems can they tackle at the same time? When the people are running amok, and then you got the angels showing up, flexing their powers. What else? What else can the elites do? What else can their so-called foot soldiers do? So it's going to get heated, and it's a beautiful thing. It's just what it is, I have no problems with, confrontation, man. That's just what the Lord has made known to his prophets, man. You just got to deal with it. That's our lot, to deal with the confrontation. All right? That's part of this ministry. You have to accept the confrontation. Whether, you just woke up into this truth, yesterday, 2 days ago, today, years ago, you got to deal with it. It's just that simple. Yahushua said it shall cast cast you into prison. So what do you think that is? So it's a it's an act of confrontation, man. It's an act of hostility against righteousness. Okay, so we go further down into the book of Timothy, First Timothy, chapter 4, and verse 16. What does it say? Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. So whatever words of testament Lord Mashiach Yahushai has put in your life, you have to hold on to it. It's just that clear, man. It's just that clear. Wherever He's given unto you to bear, whatever office He's called you to operate in, you have to continue in it. Okay, you cannot clock out until He tells you to clock out. That's just how the Lord Mashiach Yahushai operates, man. The master tells you how long your service has to be. All right, so how are you going to get paid if you don't get a chance to clock out? That's just what it is. Even this what you call it, so-called military training for the Navy. Those that want to quit to go and ring the bell. That's messed up. When you have a chance to finish it, those that can finish it will finish it. Those that cannot, they go ring the bell and they call it hasta la vista. So, you have all the resources you need in this ministry to finish the journey. So, you got to go all the way unto the end. Yahushua says, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, it's that clear. You have to endure unto the end. Whether you're limping, you have a runny nose, whether you have a headache, you feel some tingling sensations in your arm, your fingers, you just got to keep on moving, man. You wiggle and drag yourself, man, so you get to the finishing line. Just keep moving. That's all it is, just keep moving. All right. Then it says, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So, yeah, you have to be a shining example, a shining light to those that, inspired by the words of Lord Mashiach Yahushai to follow in their footstep. Okay, so it's just what it is, man. You don't want the blood of the people that are hearing the gospel to be upon your head. So you have to get the job done. You got to get the job done. You got to get the job done. You have to finish. You got to finish your shift in this ministry. It's that simple. All right. There's no so-called early dismissal, man. You got to get the job done until the master says, all right, stop work. The foreman on the job says, stop work. That's it. So having your spirit, to continue until the foreman tells you it's time to clock out. So that's what it is. Prepare your soul, man. Prepare your soul, to get the job done. To the standard Lord Mashiach Yahushai has set before us. All right. So another precept from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 15. All right. So you just got to understand what you got to deal with, man. The serpents, man, are no joke. The serpent's always looking for opportunity to, entice, distract, and destroy. So you have to understand that every single day you wake up, man. Once you wake up, brush your teeth. They say your prayers, have your breakfast, get on the road for the plantation duties, and then you're coming back home, during lunch, whatever. You have to constantly remember, man. EDD. That's the serpent's modus operandi. All right. So Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. All right, destruction. All right, to whosoever that passes on a false doctrine, passes on a false doctrine to his neighbor. A falsehood that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drink also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. So when the serpent does this, he sees the downfall of our people, and he rejoices about it. What do you think the Lord is going to do? The Lord has to bring about a way to fix that mess, man. The Lord has been ridiculed for such a long time that he has to bring an end to the ridicule, to the testimony of blasphemy, this blasphemous acts that the serpent has been pushing against the Lord. The Lord has to bring it to an end. So what do you think is going to happen, man? He has to show that he is the ultimate boss. He is the ultimate boss. You can't just operate in someone's domain and be disrespectful. That's just a no-no. And the Lord is going to make an example of the serpent, man. This elites of Esau, the Lord is going to make an example of them. All right, so it doesn't matter how much power they exert over the people, to oppress and mistreat the people. It doesn't change what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai Bashim Kakadash, is going to do unto them. Yeah, and the elites fear that, man. The serpent fears that. And he's looking for a way to usurp the authority of the Most High. But he hasn't found a way yet, but he keeps trying. All right? So it's just what it is, man. So by the serpent attacking our people, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, he thinks that will prevent the Lord from accomplishing his goal, from accomplishing the salvation of our people. So it's going to be a situation that has to be resolved swiftly by Hamashiach Yahushai. Okay, so 2 Corinthians chapter 2. Verse 11, what does it say? Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So that's just clear. Our people have gotten so tied up in Esau's system, man, that they refuse to seek freedom, man. They think that they could make it in Esau's society and have a resting place. There is no resting place for us in Esau's society. Our only resting place is in the name of the Lord, Hamashiach Yahushai. That's our eternal rest. Okay, so it's what we're hoping for, man, that we have a chance. We have a chance in hell, right? We have a chance in hell, and that hell is America, Babylon the Great. We have a chance for our salvation from Yahushai in this captivity. We're in a low estate, so we need every opportunity, every blessing the Lord can give us, man. We really appreciate it. Okay, so we go to the book of Psalms, chapter 140, then see verse 8. It says, grant, O Lord, grant not, O Lord. All right, Psalms chapter 140, verse 8. Grant not, O Lord, Yahweh Shema Shabbat Shema Kakadash. Right, do not allow. All right, do not permit the desires of the wicked. All right, what does the wicked desire? To overthrow the governing body of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, to depose the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai from claiming back the dominion of the earth for Yahweh, to prevent Yahushai from delivering the 1/3 of our people, the Israelites, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? That's just something that our forefather David was praying about. Grant not, O Lord, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. So we're praying that he doesn't get to accomplish his final goal. Okay, his final goal. That's that he doesn't accomplish it. They've already exalted themselves over the people. All right, so that part is clear. But what they're looking for, man, the final accomplishment, the Lord will not allow them to get that. That's just what this precept is talking about. It's so easy, to know that the Lord is about to press the reset button. Yeah, the Lord has the ultimate reset button, man. So it's just hilarious. These Edomites are pushing for borderless countries, man. Nations without borders. Now, what do you think the Lord's going to do to Edom in the kingdom? The Lord has to get rid of them. They'll have no inheritance, in the kingdom of heaven. The Lord has already said that the land of Edom will be given to Judah. So what else? What else, man? What else do you think the Lord is going to do that we're not going to be happy with? Yeah. So that's just what it is, man. The Lord has a balancing, mindset. He has to keep things balanced at the end. Beauty for ashes. That's just what it is, man. So we're in a state of mourning. We're in a state of affliction. And what do you think we're going to get in the kingdom? Joy, everlasting peace. There'll be no need for us to be putting on ash in the kingdom, man. There will be no need for that because the Lord has already set aside all that calamity. The Lord has already shut it down. Neither would our people go off anymore against the Lord. So there'll be no more sin for us in the kingdom. Our spirit will be perfect, and we will rule in righteousness. All right. So so just to further on the point from Psalm 148, to go to the book of Job, chapter 20, and let's see, verses 4 and 5 says, Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short? Okay, just like Yahushai, say that, hold that fast, behold, I come quickly, behold, I come quickly. And it's also saying here, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right? So, when Esau thinks that his moment is going to be extended into eternity, that's just a false hope that they have. And that's just the Lord putting gas in their heads, So, it's just what the Lord's going to do, man. The Lord has to cut short their rulership, cut short their expectation, and He has to bring about the demise of their empire. Yeah, so all the schemes they keep pushing to generate World War III, the day the Lord will have to step in and redirect that violence, man. That's what Yahushua is going to do. His job is to redirect the violence in the places where it's supposed to be, and the results, he's returning to redistribute the violence And, you have to balance it out. Make sure that those that need to be delivered will be delivered, and those that need to be destroyed will be destroyed. That's what Yahushua is coming back to do. Okay, that's what it is. That's why you know the you know the serpent will not be able to accomplish what his expectation is. Okay, so verse 5 says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites, but for a moment. Yeah, so the sellouts of our people pretending that they're down with the ministry of Lord Amashak Yahushai, yeah, they're going down with the serpent. They're going down with the wicked. The end of the retards, man, trying to exalt themselves over the wisdom of the Lord. It's coming to an end. The reign of retardation is over. That's just what it is. All right. So just to wrap it up, man. Just to wrap it up, go down to the book of Ecclesiastes. Let me see. Give me one second. All right. Let's see what verse 12 says. Yep. So you don't want to get caught up, man. You don't want to get caught up in the snares of the serpent. All right. So Ecclesiastes 9:12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net. So you do not know when the trapper is going to come, when Esau is going to attack. A lot of our people do not understand what's going on. All right, because they're looking at something else. Their mind is distracted. Just like I mentioned before, the serpents entice, distract, and destroy. So when our people are so focused on being enticed, they lose focus on what they're supposed to be looking at, what they're supposed to be focusing on, then the destruction can be applied against them. So we have to be aware, man. Don't let the serpent, take that crown, man. Don't let the serpent take that crown. It's just what it is. The scripture talks about the dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns. Yeah, the dragon has crowns. So why do you want the dragon to take your crown? Why does the dragon have to have a crown? An extra crown, in fact. You gotta ask yourself, does a dragon need an extra crown? That's a question we all have to ask ourselves in this ministry. Does the dragon need an extra crown? That's just what it is. All right, so Ecclesiastes 9:12, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Yeah, so when our people are not being circumspect, they're not taking heed to the word of the Lord, they're gonna get taken up, in the mischief of the serpent. That's just what happens, man. When the elect are not going along with the device of the serpent, what do you think is gonna happen to turrets, man? They're gonna get overwhelmed and bogged down and consumed. So it's just a lesson, to remind, Akim Akweth, that you got to stay focused, man, on what the Lord has called you to do. Don't let the serpent take your crown. This is that clear. It's serious. It's no joke. It's an act of desperation from the serpent to attack the ministry of the Lord Hamashiach, to attack the body of Hamashiach Yahushai, just to drive home a serious point. The serpent's attacking the body of Hamashiach Yahushai. So what do you think Yahushai has to do? What do you think the head has to do? The head has to make a move. The boss has to make a move. the boss has to make a move on the serpent. So that's the point that I came. We're not here, to fall for the okie doke. We're not here to throw away our faith for a thing of nothing. All right, we have a goodly heritage that we must all look forward to inheriting, through the grace of the Lord and Mashiach. And yeah, we're almost at the end of this, calamity. All right, so we just pray that it continue on to the end. So Tawada Yabashima Shah Bashim Kakadash Shalom.